Story. HOA tried evicting me from my ranch. Had no idea I'm a federal land inspector. The Montana sun burned high, scorching the earth of my ranch, where I'd carved a life from sweat and solitude. I'm Jack Harlan, a man of few words, raising cattle on 200 acres of rolling hills. My family's land, passed down 3 generations, was my fortress until Karen Whitaker arrived. She swept in 6 months ago, a city transplant with a purse that cost more than my tractor and a vendetta to civilize our valley. As the new HOA president of the nearby gated community, she wielded her clipboard like a guillotine, demanding I sell my ranch to make way for her vision of manicured lawns and yoga retreats. I refused. That's when the war began. Karen's letters started polite, citing neighborhood standards. Then came fines for my unsightly barn, my grazing cattle, even the dust my truck kicked up. I ignored them, figuring she'd tire out. But Karen didn't quit. She escalated, hiring lawyers to claim my land violated zoning laws, pressuring neighbors to shun me. Last week, she crossed the line, showing up with a sheriff's deputy and an eviction notice, her smug grin sharper than a barbed wire fence. "This eyesore ends today, Jack," she spat, waving the paper. The deputy, Tom, a local I'd known since high school, looked uneasy but stayed silent. I leaned against my porch rail, heart pounding but voice steady. "You're on my land, Karen. Leave." Her eyes narrowed, sensing weakness. She didn't know I wasn't just a rancher. 4 years, I'd worked covertly as a federal land inspector, auditing properties for the Bureau of Land Management. My badge, tucked in a drawer, was my ace, but I wasn't ready to play it. Not yet. The standoff grew uglier. Karen rallied her HOA cronies, who picketed my fence, chanting about property values. My cattle spooked and I lost 2 calves to stress. I was ready to fight fire with fire when an unexpected ally emerged. Clara, a quiet retiree from the community. She'd seemed like Karen's lackey, always at HOA meetings, nodding along. But one evening, she slipped through my gate, her face pale. "Jack, I found something," she whispered, handing me a folder. Inside were emails Karen's planned to forge documents, claiming my ranch was illegally zoned, bribing a county clerk to back her. Clara's voice shook. "I moved here for peace, not this. She's ruining us all." Clara's betrayal of Karen shifted the tide. I took her evidence to the county, but Karen was one step ahead. She'd already filed a lawsuit, accusing me of environmental violations. The courtroom was a circus. Her lawyer painted me as a reckless cowboy, while Karen sat prim, dabbing fake tears. I kept my cool, waiting for my moment. On the final day, I presented my badge and federal credentials. The judge's gavel froze mid-air. "Mr. Harlan is a federal land inspector," I said, my voice cutting through the gasps. "This ranch is under federal oversight. Your claims, Ms. Whitaker, are baseless and your forgeries are now under investigation." The room erupted. Karen's face drained of color, her empire crumbling. The judge dismissed her case, and the sheriff, now free of her influence, promised to dig into her bribes. Clara, in the back, gave me a small nod, her courage vindicated. I thought I'd won, but victory tasted like ash. 2 days later, I found Clara's car in a ditch, totaled. She was alive but shaken, swearing it was no accident. Karen had vanished, her house empty, her accounts drained. Rumors swirled fled to avoid prosecution, leaving chaos in her wake. My ranch was safe, but at what cost? Clara's fear, my neighbors' distrust, the fractured community, it all lingered like smoke. I stood on my porch, staring at the hills, wondering if I'd fought the right battle. Karen's greed had torn us apart, but my silence, my hidden badge, had let her poison spread too long. I rebuilt, but the scars remained. The ranch stood tall, yet the valley felt hollow. Clara moved away, unable to feel safe. The HOA dissolved, but neighbors avoided my gaze, wary of the man who'd outsmarted their tyrant. I protected my land, but lost something harder to name: trust, maybe, or the illusion of home. What would you do when greed and power divide a community? Share your thoughts on justice and what it costs.